What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. I believe it is episode number 5 for us today, and we're going to be facing off against Joe Burrow in our first matchup against the rookie. So we're going to see how he does. This is actually a pretty important matchup for our division here because we're coming in at 7-1 and the Bengals are coming in at 5-3, actually having a very good season. One thing to note is that Joe Burrow has done very well in competition against other users in this league. So I've had a couple buddies go up against Joe Burrow and he's had very good completion percentages and done very well and actually sniped a couple wins away from a couple of the guys in this league. So something certainly worth noting. I think one of the only other things worth noting here before we actually get into the game is my contract negotiation situation. We're going to have to do some cap management because of the fact that we brought in J.J. Watt. Obviously that kind of hamstrings our cap situation for future years, so it'll be interesting to see how we actually manage to fare with that. But with that being said, we're probably going to lose a majority of these other free agents that we have that are up for negotiation. So unfortunately, veteran guys like Villanueva, Alu, Matt Filer, they're going to go by the wayside. They're probably going to end up in free agency. Now, this isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world for this franchise or for this team, because I feel like with our draft capital, we'll be able to bring in guys to replace them. So it's really not too big of a deal, honestly, in my opinion. I will try to rework some of my salary cap situations so I can potentially bring them back at the end of the year on a negotiated contract. But we'll see what happens with that. With that being said, we're actually going to jump into the game here, and we're just going to go base uniforms for this game and hop right into it. So we've been playing pretty strong on the season. We're up to 7-1 now. Ben Roethlisberger is in the candidacy for MVP. I'm not sure exactly which position he is coming into this game, but I know that he was like top 5. We have a couple other guys in the running for awards. I know that Minkah Fitzpatrick is, playing stellar on defense, and so he's certainly in the running for Defensive Back of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year and things like that, so that's good. And majority of the team is playing well, but nobody's really excelling because there's I would say quite a few quite a few stats to go around, or I don't know how to phrase that exactly, but it's hard for any one person to really excel on this team because of how many good players there are. So that is one thing that is worth noting. Alright, so Joe Burrow coming out here on the field. I apologize if you guys wanted to watch his introduction. I accidentally skipped that kind of force of habit there. We're going to go ahead and press the corners here. Trying to get back to the D line. Oh, Joe Mixon with a nice stiff arm. I believe he just pushed Minkah. I think it was Minkah. Just threw him to the ground. Good first down for the Bengals here to start off the game. If there's anybody that I'm worried about giving us a loss, it is absolutely the Bengals at this point in the season. That's for sure. Good tackle by Ulysses Gilbert. Or no, that was Minkah that time. And Gilbert. Gilbert was in there. 2nd and 7. Oh, and Devin Bush was there to almost stop the catch, and somebody almost hit it underneath, but a good catch in traffic there by T. Higgins, actually. T. Higgins getting some playing time over there. That's nice to see. We're going to shift the defense to the right because of the giant hole that I saw over there, and that worked. Got Devin Bush free to make that tackle. And we're going to have to shift the defense left this time. This one's looking like a run. Not going to be a run. Joe Burrow's going to roll. Finds a man over the middle. A.J. Green with a nice catch. And Joe Burrow's moving this team down the field early. Like I said, this team has been known in this league to be pretty deadly. So if there's anybody that's going to give us a fight, it is absolutely going to be Joe Burrow, A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd, and them boys over here in Cincinnati. Good tackle in the backfield for Stephon Tuitt. Joe makes in 4 rushes, 14 yards on the day. Doing pretty well for this first drive. I shouldn't say on the day, I guess, because it's only the first drive, but try to get the hit stick off there. Unable to. Devin Bush stops him short of the first down. Going to bring up a 3rd and short situation. We're going to try and bring a safety blitz on this one. See if we can't affect the play a little bit here. It's going to be a pass. Open. Nice little curl route there. T. Higgins again. Joe Burrow has not had an incompletion yet. We're going to show blitz on this one. Joe Mixon gets the ball up to about the 5-yard line. 6 yards on that carry, having a decent day, or a decent drive, I should say. 20 yards already, carrying the load for this team. Thought it was going to be a run there. It's not. We're trying to rush him. Somebody get the sack. Not going to be a sack there, though. Ulysses Gilbert, good pursuit. Nobody open at all for Burrow there. We might go with the engage 8 here. Oh, I do not like this. We're going to have to shift over. Bull rush with Cam Hayward's going to get there. What a play by Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward up there in tackles. I don't know if he's, sacks. I don't know if he's leading the team in sacks here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but a nice play there by him to get the pressure in the backfield. Joe Burrow had nobody to throw to right away, and that's going to force a field goal and a 3-0 lead here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be back to return, and it will be Anthony McFarland back there, and he's actually going to have to return this one. Oh, and there was a gap to the right. Anthony McFarland not able to make his cut to the right side quick enough. Only going to get back to the 25-yard line. And Ben Roethlisberger is going to bring the squad out onto the field. 2,300 yards for him on the season. 25 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So having a very good year in his comeback season from his elbow surgery. Let's come out and consider going inside zone here real quick. I don't like my prospects of passing necessarily, so Anthony McFarland's going to get a touch, and he's going to break to the outside. Unable to get the juke off, but a nice rush by Anthony McFarland. 12 yards on the first play from scrimmage. His first play from scrimmage, or the Steelers' first play from scrimmage. Ben Roethlisberger is going to air it out. Claypool unable to get position. That was nice defense there by the Cincinnati Bengals secondary. Able to keep their men in check. Ben Roethlisberger is going to dump off to Anthony McFarland, and McFarland gets himself up over the first down. McFarland, both touches so far for this offense, both first downs. So just seeing more and more out of Anthony McFarland as the year progresses, of him just continuing to kind of, provide a spark for this offense. I don't want to say carry this offense, because by no means is he carrying the offense when you have Ben Roethlisberger passing the way he is. But Anthony McFarland, a huge contributor for this Pittsburgh Steelers offense this season. A couple of missed blocks there, or I guess good block sheds by the defense. David DeCastro not able to hold his block on the pull, and we're going to be coming out in a shotgun type formation. I think we're going to go with a screen play here. Anthony McFarland has worked so far, so why not get him the ball one more time and hope for the best. Offensive line unable to get the block we needed. That's going to take us up to the 44, and I don't know if we have, it's going to tell us to go for it. Or no, it's not telling, it's telling us to punt, but I'm thinking this is territory to go for it. I might let this run down to the second quarter and just take a quick thought about it. Might give us the opportunity to kick the field goal if we do come out here in the second quarter, because that'll give us the wind to our back. I'm leaning towards going towards it because it is the Bengals, and it's still telling us to punt, so it's got to be out of range for Boswell. So I'm thinking we're going to go for it here. I don't like the idea of doing a run here, but I think McFarland might get open underneath. Yeah, McFarland open there. unable to get a juke off, but gets the first down for us. That's kind of that gray area, that territory right past the 50-yard line, where if you don't have a super, high-powered kicker, that, you're going to want to consider going for it, because a punt, not necessarily too worth it. James Conner, 3 rushes, 8 yards on the day, on the drive. I'm going to go with a quick toss to the outside here. This one might not work, just based on where everybody's lined up. And we got some good blocks. James Conner with a truck. Thought he could power his way over the safety, unable to make it happen, but gets this team down to the 9-yard line. 4 rushes, 25 yards for him on the drive. And Pittsburgh is absolutely moving the ball here. Both teams moving the ball easily on their first drives. Another nice block, but Conner unable to escape the tackle there. We're going to go halfback base here. Another little run to McFarland. He does a nice job of getting the Steelers up to the 4-yard line. And I'm considering going with a halfback dive here. I think James Conner might be able to power it in. There we go. James Conner gets the touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's going to give them a lead. Should be 7-3. We'll see what happens with the extra point. Boswell has missed a few on the season. And there you go, guys. Pittsburgh Steelers with a 7-3 lead here early in the second quarter. Since he's going to get the ball back, though, their offense hasn't seen the field in a few minutes. So they should be fresh. They should be ready to go. And with what they showed on the first drive, I would be expecting to see them march it down the field again. We'll see what they can do coming out here fresh off the bench. Ulysses Gilbert brings down the returner at about the 24, 23-yard line. Phillips. All right, they're going to come out in a 3 wide receiver set, so it looks like they're going to try to pass it early on. We are going to show blitz here just in case they do think they want to run it. We have a couple more guys, around the area. Oh, and we almost got the sack on the screenplay. Nice job by Burrow getting rid of the ball, though, maintaining his pocket presence and dumping it off to Mixon for the screenplay. 2nd and 4. We're going to go with a Tampa 2 here. I'm not liking the good block shed by J.J. Watt. Gets the tackle. 3rd and 3 situation here. We're going to press the corners on this one just because I have a feeling that they're going to be coming with short passes. And that worked beautifully as Justin Lane blitzes from the slot cornerback position. I believe it was Edmonds on the right side was able to pick up his assignment well and basically have that man coverage and allow Lane to get in there for an easy sack. Unblocked. Force the Bengals to punt. That's what the Steelers are looking to do. I mean, we're always looking to pressure, absolutely looking to pressure the young quarterbacks. You get guys in their face, they start to make bad decisions. So we'll see what happens as the game goes on. But right there, a good job by Justin Lane to get in there for the sack. I think some people might have been questioning the decision to move Mike Hilton, but the Steelers drafted Justin Lane with some high pedigree, and I think that Justin Lane has the potential to become a decent corner. And contract-wise, I don't think that the Steelers will be able to keep Mike Hilton around for all too long. So it makes sense to try and develop Justin Lane into what you need him to be as a slot corner, and eventually probably a number 2 behind Steven Nelson with Joe Hayden getting up there in age. Anthony McFarland goes nowhere here on the 2nd down rush, going to bring up a 3rd and 6. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on the edge of field goal range, but they're going to be at least looking for a couple yards here, I would imagine, to try and get this a little bit closer and at least make it an easier field goal and give themselves a touchdown lead on this drive. Going to pass it out to Anthony McFarland again. He gets a couple blocks, and he's just going to take it out to the sideline with another nice catch for Anthony McFarland there. Anthony McFarland showing why we decided to give him those reps and why we've kind of gone with the McFarland and James Conner combo here at running back. They are absolutely, I think, the duo of the future here for this franchise. Maybe not necessarily in real life, but a pretty good combo going on here. The screen pass is working for us, but that's James Conner out there. I don't like the idea necessarily of running that twice in a row. We're going to run it down to the 2-minute warning and give it another look. 7-3 game, though. Low scoring for what it is. We're going to go with the bunch trail here. And we're going to audible Claypool to a drag, because he's on a route right now that's like a decision route, and a lot of times he curls when I don't want him to. There we go. Claypool with a good catch over the middle. That'll make it 3rd and 1. I'd like it if Coach gives me a nice little run. Doesn't look like that's what he's going to offer me. So we're going to go double cross in this play. I'm hoping James Conner might be able to get out to the edge here and go uncovered. That's not going to be the case. Looks like they're in man. Man, could be zone. Eric Ebron probably not going to get registered for the first down there because he came backwards over the line. Yeah, that's going to bring up 4th and 1. Could go for it here. Coach is recommending we go for it, actually. Surprisingly enough. I'm tempted to run the ball, so I'm going to call an inside zone out of the shotgun. Actually going to flip this play. I like the idea of giving McFarland the ball here. I don't see a reason necessarily to pass it. There we go. McFarland does get the first down. It takes it down to 1:25, and the clock is still running. I like the idea of doing another halfback dive here with Conner. They're showing kind of a weak formation against it. We're going to get up to the 5-yard line, and I have no problem running off a little bit of clock while we can. I figure we might as well, right? Eric Ebron, we're going to just audible to a slant, and I'm hoping that he clears those guys out for Juju, though I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work or not. I'm not liking the look that I have. We're just going to escape and throw that one away. Ben Roethlisberger 7 for 9 on the day. Not having a huge game passing, but I mean, that's really not a big deal. We're getting offered a lot of double slants here. We really haven't called it yet this game, but I don't see a need to at this point. We're going to go with the trips on the right side, and we're going to make an audible and an adjustment. And a nice catch by Claypool over the middle. Safety did not react. Ben Roethlisberger threw it into the zone and found a good spot where nobody could get to it but the receiver. And that's going to put this Pittsburgh Steelers up 14-3. I was holding my breath there because I've had a tendency to miss quite a few of those this year. We're going to get a roughing the kicker call. We're going to obviously accept the penalty, and we're going to try to do a bit of a sky kick to force them to return it. So we're going to kick a little bit to the corner, take a little bit of power off of it. I know the wind is also against us, and that still goes out of the back. Dang. Okay. So the Bengals going to come out with 35 seconds left and 2 timeouts. They could potentially try to move the ball, and it looks like they will. I don't argue with that at all. We're going to try to utilize Bud Dupree, maybe get him around the edge here or something. Another screen play. Devin Bush read it. We switch on for the tackle. We're just going to keep going cover 2 man. I like the idea of having guys deep just in case something crazy happens here. Oh, and I thought Justin Lane was about to get an interception. Good coverage by him, but an even better catch by Uzomah. 12 seconds left, 3rd and 5. If these guys aren't careful, we could get the ball back here. You know, at least with the potential of a... Oh, and I glitched into a sack with Cam Hayward. That's what I like to see. I'm gonna review that one real quick because that absolutely should not have been a sack, but I want you guys to take a look at that. So we lost our move we tried to do. I tried to do a spin move, so obviously we spin off and get shoved to the ground. No reason we should have a sack here, but he crawls and glitches up, up off his feet into Burrow. I think he was close enough that registers as a sack, so it pulled him on and got him the sack. Got a little lucky there with that one, but not going to complain because they're going to punt us the ball. Or run it off, rather. I wasn't worried about getting the punt. Skipping the halftime show. And we get the ball to start the half. So Bengals, outside of that first drive, have not done a lot. Or I should say the defense has just held them at bay. And, our game plan against the rookie quarterback is in play. We're obviously trying to put pressure on the quarterback, and we've done that successfully here. That's always my game plan against a young quarterback like that. You get him nervous, You know, I don't know if they've officially coded something like that into Madden, but it very much seems like they have, where, you know, younger quarterbacks in the league kind of struggle under pressure. Once they start getting hit, they really start to struggle. And we're just going to keep riding this run game as long as we can. We have a lead, and, you know, honestly, no reason to take too many risks at this point. Considering running here again, I like the idea of this halfback lead dive. I think that this will probably be a first down. Hopefully Derek Watt gets us a block. Missed his man in the middle, but we're able to get the first anyway. Might be trying to throw to Deontay Johnson on the outside here, depending on how this route goes. Good catch by Deontay Johnson. We got the halfback mid-draw. You know, I don't like doing this a lot, but this will be our first double slants of the game, and they are blitzing, so I want to throw it against that safety. Ooh, it got batted up into the air, almost an interception. I feel like our receiver should have come down with that, but did not. 3rd and 2. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Just a straight-up halfback dive. We've been powering it up this game. I don't see any reason not to continue to do so. James Conner's going to get it. 4 yards on the play, 5 yards on the play. 54 on the game and a touchdown. He's kind of really come on stronger as the season has progressed. I don't know if you guys watched any of those earlier games, but some of those earlier games he didn't necessarily perform, you know, stellar or anything like that. And, you know, I'm not going to complain. Ben Roethlisberger going to do it himself. Nope, gonna get sacked by number 21, Mackenzie Alexander. Thought about throwing it away, but I thought I was close enough that I might get the running animation and actually be able to run it there. McFarland gonna get tackled in the backfield. They snuffed out. Markel Lee snuffed out the blitz that, or the screenplay that time. Not a lot of options here on 3rd and 18. Juju probably who we're looking for here. Just, you know, hopefully he gets open. He's not going to. Aggressive catch by Claypool, unsuccessful. Figured it was worth it to throw it up. Not the best idea to throw it off my back foot the way we did. But not going to complain too much. We're going to try and put this one out of bounds. Barry, not the most accurate punter. I think that one might be pretty good. That's what I like to see. Out at about 11. That's about as good as you can expect from a 74, 75 overall punter, whatever he is. I'm going to call it Tampa 2 here. Jet sweep action. Tyler Boyd gets the carry. He's going to get a first down. 12 yards on his first carry of the day. Haven't seen a lot of Tyler Boyd up to this point. AJ Green's made a couple catches, T. Higgins, but no Tyler Boyd. And another bull rush by Cam Hayward. Gets home to Joe Burrow, forces his first incompletion. That's his first incompletion on the day. We're going to go ahead and bring Justin Lane in slightly. Oh, and a nice hit by Terrell Edmonds. Nice catch, though, by Uzama. I don't know how he hung on to that with that hit, but not gonna argue. Still a 3rd and 10 situation, and they're gonna have to pass it. And we hit him at about the first down marker. They're gonna give it to him. Bengals have some hope here. If they could score on this drive, they can make it a 1-possession game. They could potentially make it a 4-point game. Good hit by TJ Watt. Joe Burrow having a game accuracy-wise. This is what I've been talking about. I don't know if you guys are tuning in late here, but that's what I was talking about early on. Joe Burrow has been having himself a season against a lot of the users in this league, and I believe one of the top users who's also 7-1 like we are. Joe Burrow had 90% completion against him. We'll accept the holding there. Can't do that. A nice run by Mixon, shedding a couple tackles, and unfortunately for them, gets called back. That's a tough way to get moved back there on a nice run. Terrell Edmonds with another tackle. We're going to mix this up and call a little bit of a zone blitz here and shift Bud Dupree to get some extra pressure. Oh, and we're going to get a sack again. Cam Hayward gets there. I think that was a screenplay, but a very slow release on the screenplay. I want to look at that one more time because I think that the blitz that we had called to the right side screwed up whatever was going on there with the O-line. Yeah, you guys can see all of my blitzers coming in and kind of screwing this up and creating a little bit of a mosh pit, so Burrow just didn't have the opportunity to get rid of the ball. And I believe also Joe Mixon there, bad job of releasing out of the backfield. He goes straight into the offensive lineman, and Cam Hayward able to get home for his 3rd sack of the day. Is that what it said? 3 sacks for Cam Hayward. I believe 2 of them weren't even me. One of them was a user, and 2 were just him doing it on his own. McFarland back to return again. Going to try to get a juke move off. Unable to get a block by number 28, Sean Davis. McFarland doing a pretty good job for us in that return role since we kind of demoted Deontay Johnson. I don't necessarily want to call it a demotion because, I mean, he honestly was doing fine there. He had 1 fumble in that Texans game if you guys went back and watched that at all. But Deontay Johnson, I really just want him on the field for offense because of, you know, how good he can be. So I see no reason to have him, you know, potentially get tired out there. Yeah, they're really starting to read the screens. I'm going to have to call these a little bit less. I see no reason to have one of my top receivers out there potentially getting tired on a punt return when I might need him the next play on offense or something like that. Eric Ebron going to be wide open over the middle. I think we might get called back on a hold or something, though. Chukwuma Okorafor going to get called for that hold and set us back a little bit. Vance McDonald's in at tight end as well. This is a 2 tight end set. I'm going to set McDonald on the streak. I think he might be able to get open in the seam here. Yeah, it's pretty much same throw that we did the last one. Vance McDonald wide open. Nice catch, and that's going to roll to the 3rd quarter. Or 4th quarter, sorry. Alright guys, 4th quarter, close game, 14-3. A little bit closer than I anticipated. I kind of figured this would be a bit more of like a shootout. But with that being said, hopefully we can just maintain this lead and, you know, maintain possession of the ball. Juju unable to hang on to it. Good hit there. Not a fan of that inside zone. Anthony McFarland might have gotten the first down there. I think he did. Oh, they're going to give us 3rd and inches. It's James Conner time if they give us the right run. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything that's like not direct though. I like the idea of halfback lead dive here. I'm going to shift this to the right. Oh, and there we go. We decide to go on 2 for the first time this game. Oh, they're calling us for a false start. Who was it? I didn't even see who it was. I thought we got him to jump. We didn't. Spacing switch isn't going to give us the yardage we need. Let's go with verticals. I don't want to do play action because that could be risky. I'm going to send Claypool over the middle. Claypool gets the first down. Nice little catch by him. And Roethlisberger having kind of a quiet day, to be honest with you. But you don't need to be, you don't need to be loud and passing for 300 yards whenever you got a lead like this, and the other team can't do much. Trust me, guys. I saw the hole there. I tried to cut back. I got sucked in. I don't know what happened there, but I probably should have had 15 yards. I got sucked into the defender. Anthony McFarland, what I will say is he does not have very good agility or change of direction, or like not good enough that he can really cut on a dime like I would want him to. Man, we're getting called for a lot of holding penalties here on the O-line. We're going to have to clean that up for next game, absolutely, because that is a problem. One play that I have not seen at all yet this game is the Oh, that could be intercepted. It's not even caught. That's dropped. Good play by Alexander. One play I haven't seen at all so far has been the flood play that the Steelers have in their playbook. It's probably one of their best plays. We're going to go with Salem here. I think Ebron could get open on this. So could maybe Johnson or Claypool coming across. I don't like anybody on this play. We're just going to toss it away. 39-yard line. Are we in field goal range? It's saying we're not. Let's look at the, yeah, wins against us, so sky kick. That'll probably go out of the back, but, you know. Oh, no. Okay, right at the 20. I really thought that would have gone a little bit further, but I guess the wind is pretty strong against us. 14-3 still, guys. This is a close game, probably one of our closest of the year. But I guess I should say that the Bengals really haven't done much. So I can't say that I'm like afraid here. Even if they went down and scored, I could probably just take the ball and run it out at this point. They're going to spread out the offense on this one. Keep them in bounds. I'm cool with that. Keep running the clock off, because even if these guys score on this, like, I'm honestly fine with letting them slowly progress downfield, because as that happens, it burns clock. So, you know, this is just a time management thing at this point. Let them keep slowly working their way down, and you know, they won't have enough time to score twice anyway. And even if they get a touchdown here, it's going to be one of those situations where they have to recover 4 points. So unless they go for 2, and then I mean, maybe that's what they would do, because, you know, going for 1 doesn't help them in any way. Going for 2 could help them and wouldn't hurt them, because either way, going for 2, they don't make it, they need a touchdown. They go for 1, they need a touchdown. But I guess I'm I'm calling things that haven't even happened yet. Joe Burrow, 14 of 15, but I don't understand why he's not throwing it down the field more. I guess it's just the play calling of this offense. You know, my London Bulldogs ran a Cincinnati Bengals playbook for a couple games last year before I came in. And the offensive playbook just doesn't seem that dynamic. It's very slow. It's kind of hard to move the ball down the field. There's a lot of short stuff. It's almost like they're trying to emulate the New England Patriots, but they just don't do it well. I don't know if that makes sense. Pick that. Oh, come on. I should have switched on to Highsmith. Nice batted ball there by the defense. And we're going to blitz Bush here. We're going to press the corners. Oh, stop him. Inbounds. Bad tackling on my part. Edmonds able to get the tackle there, though. 3:49 left, up to the 30-yard line. Just keep playing tight defense, boys, and we're going to walk away with this one in the bag. We got Alu subbing in, fresh defensive lineman. Man, Burrow's loving to... Okay, so we're going to make an adjustment next play. Make him fumble. Come on, guys. Burrow is loving this rollout to the right. So we're going to make an adjustment here. Justin Lane is going to blitz from the right side. And if Joe Burrow... Oh, man. You know what? Backfired on me. You know, I'm really trying to do the strafe tackle, and it's just not working for me. Alright, cover 3. Is it worth it to blitz the linebacker over here? I mean, I can't imagine Bud Dupree does a lot, but... Come on, let me switch on to somebody useful. Jeez. I wanted to switch on to somebody to come up and get pressure on Burrow. Burrow keeps rolling out every single time. He just hit 2,000 yards on the season, so congratulations to him for that, getting that milestone against us. I'm looking forward to more matchups against Joe Burrow in this division as this franchise progresses, honestly. Just for the pure fact that, I mean, he's you know, he gives users good games, and it's very rare that you find a CPU quarterback that gives you a good game, in my opinion. Good defense by number 54, Ulysses Gilbert, gets in there for the incompletion. No pressure, but there's an interception by Terrell Edmonds, and I'm going to be able to run it back. Can he beat Joe Mixon? I don't think he can. He can. I was able to juke him. Terrell Edmonds, 105-yard pick six. Somebody do the math. I didn't see where the interception was. It was in the middle of the end zone. 105. They're going to call it 101. That's fine. I'll take it to the house. Let's see this one more time. Terrell Edmonds does a nice job of reading that ball. Jumps in front of it. I think that's his third pick on the season, guys. Fantastic development by Terrell Edmonds this year. Not a high overall, not a high development or anything like that. I think he just has star at this point. But playing out of his mind. And I think part of that is just having so many good players around you allows you the freedom to learn and develop the way you should. You know, no reason to move on from Terrell Edmonds or anything like that because there's just so many good players around him that he's bound to develop into a decent player. You know what I mean? It's much like the Patriots. You know, the Patriots just do so well. They have so many guys that do their job right that it allows their young guys to kind of just develop and learn their role and learn how to do what they need to do. So that's kind of how we're trying to play it here. Gonna try and get pressure with Bud. Unable to do it. That's going to give us a 21-3 lead, though. I mean, the game's over at this point. Obviously, the Bengals are not going to go out without a fight. And this is a division game, so, you know, they're not going to quit. They're not going to run the ball out or anything like that. Joe Burrow's got something to prove as a rookie. He's 20 of 24. So, you know, I can't even say much. I mean, the kid's dominant right now. Offense, I think he's just not in a good offense. That's all. I think that the scheme just does not work for him. AJ Green with a completion. And they're just running hurry up at this point. The defense is going to be tired. I'll probably call a timeout here shortly because I don't want my defense tired. Personally speaking, and there they go, they called a timeout. I don't want them scoring a touchdown on me. I mean, this is a division game. This is personal. Not a huge fan of the Bengals, so would really prefer if we could prevent them from scoring a touchdown. What a freaking blitz by Cam Hayward. Gets his fourth sack on the day. Man, I should just stop using him. He's too OP. He just runs people over. When he's going against a team like this, boy, does he matches up good, and he dominates this lower overall offensive lineman. Good completion there, though. And I don't like what this is. I need to call like a cover 2 or something. I don't know. Oh, man, oh my gosh! Joe Mixon with 2 beautiful broken tackles on that play. First the truck, and then the hurdle. You know what? I mean, I feel like the Bengals played a decent game. That pick 6 killed them. They would have been technically a close game if they scored a touchdown when they got down to the end zone there, and they got down to the end zone on the first drive of the game, and I forced them to kick a field goal. So, you know, the fight was there. Joe Burrow played fantastic. I mean, he really only made that one mistake, and for a rookie, you can't ask for a lot more than having, like, what was it, almost 90% completion that he had. So, you know, good win for us. I'm not going to complain. I wish I would have had more passing yards with Ben Roethlisberger, but I saw no need to do more, and we had that defensive touchdown. So, with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed that game. That was a good game, I think. 21-3 ends up being the final score. I don't think that's reflective of how the Bengals played, though. That probably should have been more like a 3-point game, in my opinion. But a good game, nonetheless, and we advance to another win on the season. I'll bring you guys back in for another game later on, and I hope you guys enjoyed this franchise. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you guys have a good night. See ya.